I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised.
All right, I'm Naveer bin Nasib Al Mujahid, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, yeah, been here all my life, in my 4th decade now. Yeah, don't let the grades fool you. But, yeah, 40 years old. Been here my whole life. Milwaukee is what it is.
My name is Christopher Brown. I've been staying here all my life.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, north side, to be specific.
I'm from Milwaukee. I've been here 52 years. My name is Kim Triggs.
I've been here all my life, man. My name is Folk Show. Off 39th.
Right Street.
Right Street. Right. Been here all my life. Fresh off work.
Yeah, man. My name's Phil. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Trey Block. Damn, like 14 years.
My name's Jeff Phillips. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Been here for like about 11 years.
My name is Morgan Thomas. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I've been here for 27 years, all my life, basically.
I'm Steve. Some people call me Thin Line. I've been in this city since 72.
What city is it?
It's city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My name's Teresa Ray Butler, born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I'll be 45 in January, so there's that.
Our blood reeks of royalty. They can smell it in the air. We're so used to our own scent, we cannot fathom what we bear. They know of our greatness. I'm just trying to taste it while others are trying to waste it, and the white man is trying to trace it. But even in trying to find what is truly beyond divine, they could never go back far enough. We're way beyond their time. Therefore, in the meantime, they hunt the queens and kings with crime. Used to hang us up with strings to trees and other things. Now they tote guns with beams and wrist rings. Same old ankle chains, still beating us the same. Ain't nothing changed. Except now they're trying to survive. Can't find any use for us alive, not knowing we can't die. So while they're chasing blood, snatching bodies, eating babies, and raping our minds by having sex with our kind, they can only become us with every thrust. I trust they only raise our army, and I trust that we are righteous.
How I feel about my city is there's been a lot of changes. It's not the same no more. It's not family orientated like it used to be. You know, you don't have the black father in the household like you used to have back in the days. When I was growing up, we had families like the Williams family where it was 15, 16 people in the household, and you know, there was a father figure and big brothers, sisters. Those families have gotten smaller. Now we in the era of the baby daddy, baby mama. So the black family isn't the same in my city no more. Crime rate is up because of that, because I think there's a lack of discipline, there's a lack of pride, there's a lack of integrity, you know, and those are things that we need to get back in our community.
How do I feel about my city? That's a good question. I have mixed feelings about my city. I've been reading reports that have been stating the facts, dealing with, I think it was the Huffington Post as well as the Washington Post that recently did some reports about Milwaukee being the worst city in the country for black people. All right? Worst as in worst. Bottom for black children, for black men, black women. I mean, Wisconsin is #1 for black men locked up per capita in the entire country. We got the worst zip code, 53206, that has more people locked up in that one concentrated zip code than any other. And it's not like we're the most violent. So looking at it from that perspective, white supremacy has a chokehold on a lot of us, just to be real about it. All right, so I have mixed emotions. I have good, you know, my family, relatives here. I have a lot of good memories, but at the same time, I commend those who've escaped Milwaukee.
I don't feel too good about it. About my city, it's not for me. I need to move away because it's not in my favor. There's no African American, it ain't in their favor, period. Shit. That's how I feel.
I feel my city is going to shit. Actually, I mean, cops killing us blacks over what? Nothing. You know, they try to discipline your kid. You get in trouble for disciplining your kid, but they can kill our kids. I don't understand that.
I love my city. It's just that it's ugly people in it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And
I agree with you.
I really don't be getting all into that political stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I try to do the right thing. You know what I mean? All we can do.
Well, I feel Milwaukee is like a power keg ready to explode. You know, you got the youth stealing cars. You know, you're locking away all the black men, destroying the black family. Because once the black man gone, you know, you got the black woman out here struggling. You know, and they dependent on the system.
It's what you make it out to be. If you're around positive people, you're gonna have positive around. If you're around negative, it's gonna be negative. I mean, Milwaukee is what it is. It ain't no better than Chicago. It ain't no better than Milwaukee. It ain't no better than Miami. It's just life is what you make it out to be.
Well, now the city is kind of heartbroken. It's sad. It's dark. It's empty. You know what I'm saying? The way our people are being oppressed, mostly tagged like a gang. See, we're just pawns. All the people in the city, on the north side especially, we're just pawns. The slaves for the rest of the state. You understand what I'm saying? They right now we're being used, and they don't even know it. And it's all in the game. It's a game that your government play. And all the big cities where all our black people are corralled in, like horses or cows, we're being used. And it seems like nobody's paying no attention.
I've been an author for about 10 years now, and I've grown, you know, becoming a business owner for a publishing company and choosing content to write about my city. I have grown to really fall in love with Milwaukee. And I feel like there's a lot of potential here. Being this a black documentary, I'll say that there's a lot of potential for black people the more we realize how to go about making it so.
To be conscious and aware is to know what is exactly going on around you. It is actually a superpower in this day and age. And if you are conscious, then you feel exactly where I'm coming from. To understand, and learn to overstand that at any given moment, things can change or happen. To know that every second is new and can affect the times and situations all around you is an incredible revolution. Especially when you're being programmed down to how to feel about your own being. When someone has that much mind control over masses of people, you control the world and manipulate everyone's reality, demolish their truth, and control the future.
When I was younger, you know, kids used to stay outside and play all day. Like we play games of frozen tag and hide and go seek till the wee hours of the morning. And the parents of the neighborhood, they didn't have a problem with watching over us. We can go from house to house to house. I had 5 surrogate mothers growing up. You know, Miss Willie Mae was like a mother to me, you know, just like my own mother. Miss Mona Winbush was like a mother to me, just like my own mother. Miss Williams Roth, you know what I mean? She was like a mother to me, just like my own mother. I can go to any one of their households, and the children of those households, we would play like brothers and sisters. And it just ain't like that no more. You know, nowadays, these kids, they out here gang banging. They shooting at each other. You know, they beefing with one another. And they're not being taught the whole scheme of what it means for a child to be raised by a village. You know what I mean?
How it was for me back in the days as a young guy in my city, it was wild. It was wild. And I was wild. I was a savage at times before I had become Muslim. But I didn't feel there was much opportunity. There weren't many things for us to do. We had Boys and Girls Club. We had a few different community leaders trying to do some things, and I loved them for that. But the fact is, they took a lot of the entertainment facilities away. We no longer had a movie theater in our neighborhood. We wanted to go to movies. We had to go farther out. When we went farther out, then they closed those locations in arcades and different malls. So we ended up finding ourselves with nowhere to really go for entertainment, and at the same time being broke. I ended up getting into a lot of mischief and a lot of things. You know, thankfully I asked people that believed more in me than I saw in myself. and more than I believed in myself. They showed me some different alternatives when it comes to business and helping people out and so on and so forth. And then I changed my life when I become Muslim, so things changed. But at the same time, think about it. I mean, in America, first of all, you black, there's been a war being waged against you for centuries. And on top of that, you Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So you black and you Muslim, and you have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about helping relieve people from oppression, actually strive for their own freedom. So you got double strikes. You know what I mean? So that, you know, is part of the transitional stuff. But again, when I was younger, I could understand how a lot of the youth feel hopeless, because I learned a long time ago, when there's no faith in the future, ain't no hope in the present.
Back in my days, it was good. It was money out here. You had jobs. You know, you can leave your front door open all night. Don't have to worry about nothing. Now you gotta lock your doors at 4 o'clock in the evening, because you can't trust nobody. And this supposed to be America? And we black and we supposed to love each other instead of we killing each other. All cause what? Cause you can't say, you can't stand up and be a man and say, oh, I'm sorry, brother, I was wrong. You can't stand up and say that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being wrong? Sometimes there ain't no motherfucker right all the time. But you gotta accept it when you're wrong, apologize and move on. You don't gotta pull out a gun cause he stepped on your shoe or he looked at you wrong. What kind of shit is that? Put him up. When I was growing up, you had to throw him up. If you didn't throw him up, you got a chance to fight another day. But you pull out a gun, you only got that one time. Once you pull that trigger, you don't know where that damn bullet going. Innocent, and what's making it so crazy, the innocent people who's getting killed. And then you gonna pass a law to carry a gun. Now you got the victim carrying a gun and you got the robber carrying a gun. It's doing that. Who gonna pull out first and who gonna kill who first? Now we got one black man in jail and one black man dead. Come on. And that's the way the world is now? I don't understand it. You tell me something better than this.
Shit really done changed. Nobody plays tag, none of that right. The only thing they still play is cans.
And it's hard to get them motherfuckers to do that now.
Yeah, it's just the whole generation just done change. Motherfuckers don't go to school no more, you know what I'm saying? Like about education. You know what I mean? If you ain't got no education.
Guidance, my nigga. That bullshit is not.
Respect and all that.
Yes, a lot of that, they don't even respect nothing no more.
If you don't respect yourself, you can't respect nothing.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Oh, I was younger, like, I'm from Chicago, so I don't even remember them days like that. There was never gangbanging. I was, but I had my mama right here, so you know, my mama worked for half her life, support us, make us do good, and say value life. Get an education, because ain't nobody out here gonna give you nothing.
Way different. Just because it's so much violence going on now. When you was young, you used to come outside. You could stay outside till like 10:30 and not worrying about your kids coming from certain park and not worrying about them getting jumped by 15 girls. It's different, but you just gotta be a better mom and make sure you know what you're doing as a mother. Make sure you're on your kids' ass, basically.
When we were young, I have memories of the 70s. I was born in 72, so I have memories of, you know, Cadillac Diamond in the back, pimps and hoes, and a lot of weed and joints and stuff. You know, I have memories of disco. More than less, a good time was really what I remember. People, you know, family members always barbecuing and cooking, and you know, if there was a tragedy, it was far in between. It was something that the whole city knew about if something went down with one individual back in those days, where we weren't dumbed down to violence like we are now. Back then, a tragedy truly was a tragedy, you know. Back then, a vigil was truly a vigil. Candlelight vigil was a real thing. Like, it wasn't like a movie playing on screen 6, you know, like something that happens around the clock. It was something that was just, you know, a different time where you know, dads worked in factories and, you know, families were together still, and it was a different feeling, and the music was good. It wasn't, you know, twerking and my bitch, my hoe, you know, it was my lady. Back then it was my lady, you know, everything was about my family and my lady. And if it was anything crisscross, you know, wherever he laid his hat was his home. It was still, you know, okay, we got different brothers and sisters. That might be true, because I have brothers and sisters I haven't met to this day. But it was still respect. It was still respect. It was still opportunity. You know, back then, if there was a drug dealer in the family, he was selling his drugs so he could create a business and get out the game. That was the rule. It wasn't supposed to be all this other stuff going on. So growing up as opposed to now it feels like, okay, like with Black Lives Matter. If we still had the mindset that we did in the 70s and in the early 80s before the crack came out and all of that, it wouldn't be Black Lives Matter. It would be Black Reparations Matter. Because instead of stopping when Black Wall Street got tore down, we would have kept on with the keep on and have a zillion Black Wall Streets, you know, just get bigger and bigger. Black people would continue to spend. That was another thing. Back in the days, more Black people did business with each other. That's why Carter's is still around on Burleigh, the drugstore, because the respect was gained. And if we still had that mindset today, we would be doing so much better instead of what's going on now. People always hating on each other and trying to tear each other down. And, you know, then you got people who want to do business with you, but they don't do what they say they're going to do. They do a half job. They want to take the money and run. All this foolishness going on, even with people who are in business. And we really need to put the love back into the community, back into our family, you know, back into each other, where we can grow instead of decline, you know.
Your imagination is nothing without creation, just as possibility is nothing without the pencil. Just like life doesn't matter without minds.
My neighborhood is a traditional neighborhood. It's a lot of homeowners in my neighborhood that have been there for 30 and 40 years plus. But slowly but surely that's changing, because you got a lot of corporate interest in the neighborhood. There's a Catholic high school in the neighborhood that wants to buy up all the homes. And Mesmer High School, I'm going to flat out say it, they want to buy up all the homes, and they want to turn a certain part of my neighborhood into a football stadium, not caring about the families that have been there and the families that have kind of laid the groundwork for what that neighborhood should be like now. So, you know, it needs to get back to Black people knowing what it means to be property owners and to regulate their own neighborhoods, and teach their kids what it means to grow up and be property owners, instead of letting all of our property go to these major corporations. And you know what I mean? And you got these property owners, real estate agents that come in and they want to buy up the neighborhood, buy up 5 or 6 houses and turn those houses into low-income townhouses and stuff like that. You know, that's not helping us as far as the American dream is concerned.
How I feel about the neighborhood? Again, you know, I would have to say mixed feeling. One, we got more good people trying to do good and really doing their thing, period. You know what I'm saying? And that is always a blessing. I mean, you know, I'm helping my children right now with the corn business. We call it Children of the Corn. You know, trying to help them get their hustle muscle and stuff right. But, you know, neighborhood, in general, the people are good. Sadly, our resources and lack of real leadership that give a damn about the people aren't, you know, that's destructive and continues to put a chokehold on our leadership and our growth.
I mean, I feel as a whole we could do better, but shit, they got us trapped. It's a big ass scam, shit.
Oh, my neighborhood, I got a great neighborhood where I stay. I stay on 20th and Fairmount. I mean, across the street is the projects. They stealing cars, you know, but on my side, quiet as a church mouse.
Man, it done changed. It done changed like a motherfucker, man. They was still cool with me, though. I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody. Everybody respect me. You know what I mean? It's about the respect type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right now it's cool. Back then, with the colors out here, like, oh, this, like, no, we was on fuckery. No bullshit.
Well, my neighborhood, I feel is very, very crime ridden. You know, shootings, homicides, you know, all type of things going on. It's like they got us all crowded together in the neighborhood, like without a way out.
My neighborhood 100. Now we be having fun, we be turning up. It be fun. As long as if everybody be positive and everybody can get along, catch people's vibes, I don't have no problem. But when the negative start, be a different story. But as far as my neighborhood, it's everybody positive. You, like I said, if you around positive people, you're gonna get positive vibes.
Right now I live in River West, so it's pretty chill. You know, we have a nice eclectic mix of different races, and that's the way it should be. Like on our block, we have Puerto Ricans, we have some people from Nigeria, we have some Arabs. I'm mixed with Black, White, and Indian, so there's that. But coming from my old hood, which was 19th and Brown for 10 years and then 22nd and Brown for 10 years, that was more segregated, believe it or not. I mean, I had my neighbors that I dealt with who were homeowners, but the renters, I really wouldn't too much congregate with them because it would just be shady individuals. And I can be honest in this documentary, so that's what I'm going to do. And it just wasn't as the environment, the vibrational frequency of the neighborhood. It was always something going on, always some shooting. I mean, one day I was mowing my lawn, I'll tell you no lie. It was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The kids were playing outside, mowing my lawn, and this gentleman comes running through the alley, shooting at another gentleman. And he stops and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" And keep running. And I just, I turned the lawnmower off and I just had to sit down because he was shooting at him with the children outside and stopped to greet me. You know what I'm saying? The mentality and the foolishness from the old neighborhood was everyday stuff like I seen a guy crash through another man's front window on Christmas Eve. Right across the street from me, the SWAT team kicking the door in. That happened at least 5 times. Shootouts like the scene in the movie Heat, right outside my door. The stuff that I saw were in the predominantly Black neighborhoods that I came from that were not of high suburban class, considered poverty levels. I don't know how I'm sitting here, so it must be the grace of God, it must be my good energy, it must be the secret, I'm not sure. There's a difference. Did I love my hood? Yes. Of course, I represent Milltown, It's no question about that. But I didn't always love coming home. I can be honest and say that.
How I feel about my country at this moment, I say it like this. They got wars going on overseas. They got terrorist strikes and stuff like that going on overseas, and they want the gentlemen from my community to join their armed forces. But yet and still, when we stand on American soil, we're not being treated equally like other American citizens. Because you got brothers out here getting gunned down left and right by the police officers like they're the terrorists. You know what I mean? And these are honest, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. And they don't get the respect that they deserve as far as being American citizens. So that's how I feel about my country right now. It needs to change when we show us respect.
How do I feel about my country? First of all, I think it's the first time maybe I called it my country. I know people get excited during times like these when the Olympics might be going on, and I might at that time want somebody necessarily from my country to win. But I feel about my country the same way my country feels about me. You know what I'm saying? So, again, depending on the complexion of how much melanin you have in your skin, how much cash or lack thereof you have, if you have a voice and the willing to speak, and willing to speak against oppression or be a revolutionary or uplift your people, you know, versus go along with the tide or never, you know, go against the grain, it's one thing. You know, so I would say it's a love-hate relationship, but I know it's an entire world out there, and I already have stamps in the passport, and I'm looking at, you know, relocating to what's best for me and my family and future generations, where we actually have, you know, pursue happiness and have life in liberty.
Oh, fuck them. That's not my country. That's their country. That's not that. Hell no, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all locking us up for shit y'all bringing over here. That's not my country. Fuck. I wish I had a flag right now to burn that motherfucker. That's not my country. Fuck them. I hope you keep that too. That's not my country. I don't. Like right now, if the police was to ride up, they'll try to do all type of shit. That's not my country. I don't. That's that white man. This finna be Trump shit in about 30 days. It's not my hell no. I'm cool.
My country is full of shit too. I mean, you supposed to be the president, but you can't do shit unless you get a vote. How the hell you supposed to get a vote and you running the goddamn world? And you gotta go get a vote to do any goddamn thing to pass a goddamn bill, you gotta get a vote? What the hell? We black and we suffering them up, but we still slaves. It's just a higher form of slavery. Then when you get your check, what the hell you do with it? Give it right back to the goddamn white man.
Oh shit, we been getting fucked over all our life. From the day you pushed out the moon, you was fucked. I just feel like that's what any black man. Shit, they your mama push you out.
I love my country, man. You go looking at TV and see them third world countries, man. Yeah. There's a lot of bullshit going on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, my country treat me shit, and I love my country, but at the same time,
like I tell them, motherfucker, go on over there, then you don't like it. See how you like it over there. You be screaming to come back.
That's true.
Bullshit.
Okay, it's worse in some countries.
That's way worse.
Our country fucked. Our country fucked up. Like my thoughts on the country, like man, if they stop getting all the motherfucking jobs to the illegal aliens and shit, like black people have something for themselves. They act like black people don't like to work. Oh, we do. But we don't like to work for dirt cheap. Like, no bullshit, like, bro, like, come on, man, anybody finna work for dirt cheap, and motherfuckers got kids out here.
Yeah, I feel, you know, I feel it's sometimes us against them. You know, we probably need to bring back something like the Black Panther movement or something, the get back on our, learn more about our constitutional rights, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know, once we educated ourselves and get a knowledge of self, we'll be just now starting. We got a long way to go. After 400 some years, we still slaves, you know?
Well, it's not my country. See, y'all, this is not my country. Actually, most of us guys are the chosen ones. We from Israel. This is not our country. We was bestowed here by other people, and then used as slaves since the beginning of time, and still to this day. That's what I said at the beginning. See, we still slaves, and we don't even know it. That's why you don't see no yacht sitting across the street, no Harley Davidson sitting down the road, and this type of stuff. That's why we don't have the things we see other people with 3 miles from here, or a radius of 3 miles. Is because we are the slaves. Slaves can't own that type of stuff. They give you enough, just enough to keep you going and keep you happy. Soul's supposed to be happy. With a lot of people with the little jobs they give you and that, you still slave. The average person right now is supposed to be making $50 an hour, not $9 an hour. Then they give you $15 an hour, and you are just as happy as can be, content as can be. You just still being fooled. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And the end of all of this, man, is so near. We just right at the edge, and the end of all of this oppression and other crap that's going on, because your government, now they just satisfied with the slaves. They don't need us no more. You understand what I'm saying? We're not needed anymore. Our race of people, the chosen people. That's how it's all working out. And a lot of people don't understand it. And the ones that do understand it, they're turning their backs to it.
Oh boy. The United States has turned into a really big reality show. And everything is all about audience and advertisement and sponsors. And everything is all about backroom deals, shaking hands, and keep it quiet. And if somebody let the cat out of the bag, then we got to get greasy, like Casino and Goodfellas. And, you know, it's like a reality show with mobsters, you know. Whatever Sosa and all of that was in Scarface, now you see these gentlemen in business suits with blue eyes and ties. And it's a lot of scheming and scamming. And it's gotten to the point where other countries not only are embarrassed by our activity, it's almost like you can't help but feel a different way about being American now. Now, when you tell someone from another country that you're American, you can feel the repulsiveness right away. They're like, "Ugh, you're in America," oh. You know. And it's sad because America has every element and ingredient to be the most powerful country. Not that that's even necessary. Everybody should be in balance. You know, that's the problem. If there wasn't so much need to be the most powerful or this or that, and everybody would let a man have his own house and work his job and do his craft, his gifts from God, things would be so much more peaceful. Let a person grow their own garden, collect their own water, use solar panels. You know, this world would be better. But as far as America, I think the giant that it once was an industry is that day has come to an end. All this exporting and shipping jobs out and buying stuff out there and doing this and that has weakened us. Like I said, the greed with the power companies and wanting to have every dime all the time has made it
useless, because now you got people living in their car and don't care. Because why? So what? You know, every time I get paid, I got to turn everything over to you. I'm sick of this. You know, you got people getting smarter and doing different things anyway. And not only that, the resources. You know, how many countries can you run over and take everything and ain't nobody gonna say nothing? You know, you're gonna find your day of reckoning. And I think America is coming to that day of reckoning, to the point where the 57 Nation Alliance, I heard, is now the 87 Nation Alliance, and they only need a few more countries to join on, and then what? America, we're not doing business with you anymore because you don't play fair. And that's just the way it is. It's coming to an end of a chapter, and either it can come to a close, or it's going to have to be revised where we can continue to keep on keeping on. You know, that's how I feel about the country.
The state of black people today needs to change. Black people need to be more unified. You know, we've been showing a lot of unity with the Black Lives Matters movement, but we need that movement to transcend into the household and into the family structure like it used to be. You see a lot more black people in politics and stuff like that, and that's a beautiful thing, because we need to learn how this structure honestly works, and we need to manipulate this structure to the fullest from top to bottom. So that way we get the same respect as every other citizen in this country.
How do I feel about the state of black people? We indestructible. Everything we've already been through, still finding a way to smile and to move forward and help each other and build is amazing in and of itself. So the state of black people is going to continue to grow as long as we continue to grow. You know, we deal with our own troubles, but many of these troubles, of course, come right back to white supremacy. When you talk about our neighborhoods and look at the city houses that the city are finding hard to let go of, that they're just taking them, allowing them to run down the neighborhood, allow gentrification to come through, or giving them to certain companies to go ahead and benefit from. You know, when we look at that, as opposed to really people like myself and other individuals that are willing to go in, fix up these neighborhoods, help people out, yeah, we really can't get an opportunity here. So the state of black people, we've been through so much, it's ridiculous. In these neighborhoods in particular, when we talk about mass incarceration, removing men from the neighborhood, and then we look at it as though it came out of a vacuum, you know, the result of what's going on right now is what happened in the 80s and 90s when Clinton expanded mass incarceration. And please don't mistake my seriousness in speaking against the Democratic Party as though it's support for the Republicans, because they're pretty much the same thing. They're Republicrats, and they're not going to do for us. So to go for any of the politicians on this national scale is pointless, in my opinion, especially if you know about the Electoral College, because the fact of the matter is your vote is not one person, one vote. It don't count. You think we have a democracy, but we have, you know, an entirely different form of government. So the state of black people first raise our consciousness, but we're in the process of doing that. And a lot of these events allow, now that we have cameras on our phones, a number of these recent events with the mass murder, no matter what happens by these devils, will allow a lot of us to open our eyes to the reality and actually take some type of action, so we're not just sitting there wondering if we're gonna be next and if anything's gonna happen or if it's gonna change. You know, so again, I have love for it regardless. That's where I come from, and we persevered, and you know, we are coming together collectively, finally, this generation, on something that's real and that we need to move forward on.
How we living is fucked up. We could all do better though, but it's like I said earlier, we a target, so shit is hard to do better when you forever target on bullshit. And you ain't got no fair chance on nothing. Even from the start, you ain't got, when you think about doing some shit, you ain't got no fair chance. The odds is fucked up out the gate.
The state of our people is finna get real nasty. These people is not taking nothing. They killing for nothing. They kill you for $1. They rob you for what? You ain't got no money. You robbing the same people that's doing the same thing you do. We out here struggling, hustling. We hungry too. But you won't pick up a lawnmower and go cut a grass. But you'll go pick up a gun and go rob the next man for what? Because you won't get out there and do whatever. What's wrong with cutting grass? Hell, $40 a yard? You get 5 yards a day. What's wrong with that? These young black men ain't got no thoughts of training. Don't blame it always on the father ain't being there. You got a choice in this world. It's the choice you choose. You got a path to go the wrong way, you got a path to go the right way, or you can walk that straight line. And everybody chooses to go that wrong way.
Man, I feel, I can't say sorry for them. Everybody dig their own grave, you know what I'm saying? You put into life, you get out of life what you put into it, type shit, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to do nothing, you ain't gonna get nothing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a choice and a chance to get up, man, you know what I'm saying, to do something. It's up to you to want to do it, you know what I mean? They say you don't grind hard, you don't eat, you know what I'm saying, you don't work, you don't eat, same thing, you know what I mean? You gotta do something. In the streets or in the industry world, you know what I mean?
The state of black people. Certain black people got, they hustle for themselves. Other black people, it's good black people out here still. But you know, where I'm from the hood, man, if we don't stick together, man, fuck it. I grew up around my type of nation, man, you gotta stick together, we look out for each other, this anybody else gonna look out for us, fuck 12, don't give a fuck about nothing.
Well, I feel we bad, we doing bad right now. You know, no jobs, you know, sometimes kids going hungry, sometimes, you know, it's just a whole struggle that we go through. You know, hopefully it'll get better, but I don't see it getting better no time soon. Probably get worse before it get better.
It's different. I think that the new generation and for my generation it's different. It's way different because my generation we make our mistakes, but the new generation they it's like I don't even know if they understand what the consequences behind after they do all these crimes and stuff. It's just this new generation, they something serious. But my generation, we all right. I don't know about the new generation though.
The state of black people, right now we're at our lowest point. Black on black crime, babies being born with nobody to take care of them. See what I'm saying? Every generation, you got 3 different generations that's screwed up right now. Used to be only one generation that I can remember when I was a teenager. You know, it was one generation that was kind of bad. Now we got 3 generations. You got the grandmama, the mama, and you know I'm not saying daddies. Daddies is missing. Daddy been gone now for 40 years. And that was all implemented, exercised by the government through the slave in that order. And that's what's going on, man. And it's sad. You got some old people out here still holding on to the old ways. The old way is gone. It's a new way that the old man don't even know nothing about. Or the old lady. Because I mention men in there because us men don't get to be mentioned much no more either. It's just the woman this, the woman that, because that's the way your government put it down. You understand what I'm saying? That's all coming from the top. And right in the little melting spots in the cities especially. You don't get this in little areas of Dodge County, for instance. You see what they're doing to you when you come to Madison trying to stay. I think it's what, 1% blacks in Madison, or less than that probably. A handful of black people in the whole county over there in Madison. The governing area of the state of Wisconsin, look how many blacks you got over there. Then when you try to migrate over there, look what they do to you. Same thing if you try to go over here to Waukesha, anywhere else. You see what I'm saying? It's not that black people don't want to work, black people lazy, just want welfare and all. That's not what it is. It's black people is doing only what y'all now letting them do because you don't need us no more. And that's what's happening. It's you the whole United States.
I think black people, with all of the killing going on, it's obvious. It's so obvious where it's not even hidden anymore. It's in plain sight more than anything, to the point where you have Megyn Kelly and D.L. Hughley doing an interview where the studio is racist. And I'll tell you why. I work with media, I work with studios, I run cameras, I know about sets, all of these things. And just looking at the interview between those two individuals recently in 2016, the way it was set up, if you look at the interview before anybody opens their mouth and says anything, it's predominantly white supremacist set up just by the set. They have this woman sitting high up in a high chair, and they have this man sitting pretty much in a play school chair, where she's in a position to talk down at him. That right there is pathetic, it's sad, it's unnecessary, and what Fox didn't realize is that right there makes you look real bad. Because if you're a bully on the playground and you gotta have all the toys all the time, you gotta beat up everybody all the time, when you step on the playground, everybody moving out the way, after a while, you really are gonna be by yourself. And people are really gonna be somewhere else. Because don't nobody wanna fool with you being a fool, you know? So, having said that, we have to find a common ground where we have to just realize the time has come to do some different things, because some things are so played out and raggedy.
First step is we need to get the black family back together. The father needs to be in the household along with the mother. You know, let's end the whole baby daddy, baby mama thing. You know what I mean? The second step is we need to be more economically sound. I read a documentary on rappers in Houston, Texas that took their money to the black bank down there. And, you know, economics is an important part of us strengthening our communities, along with politics and along with being social and along with learning how to develop social.
What steps can we take to resolve our problem as black people? And the questioner knows that this answer is a very long one. The first step I would suggest is to read The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Understand the war that's being waged against you. All right, and find some of the solution that she mentions in there as being real and becoming part of that movement. But one of the first steps is raising our consciousness, okay? And whether that be investigating why you believe in the religion that you believe in, who taught it to you, you following something just emotionally or blindly. All right, number one. Number two, knowing who you are, period. Knowing who you are prior to these last few hundred years. Know why they fear us, all right? The third thing is green. We literally have a $1 trillion economy and we're not controlling it. Something's wrong up here. But one of the things that's most influential to people that affects everybody is money. And they love money almost up as close as they like their racism. But if we do what we're supposed to do, we're gonna continue to persevere. So read The New Jim Crow, get a lot more solutions that I can come to. Again, I'm not the spokesperson, if you will, but I say take them three things. Find out why you believe what you believe, see if it's true, if somebody else implanted that in you. Number two, find out who you are. Number three, let's talk about actual money, not Federal Reserve notes and fiat currency. All right, so that's what I was suggesting. You know, advise everybody to take care and take charge.
Do a lot more research, get a lot more smarter, read books, build knowledge, you know, read little law books, know your situation. Cause shit is just deeper than rap. It's a way out this motherfucker, you just gotta do it. Just read, use the internet, YouTube, Google, all that. Just read, get knowledge, get smarter. Cause with knowledge you can have a lot of power. You can get up out of any situation if you're smart enough.
Cause they swear up and down, black people.
Yeah, they swear up and down, we don't know shit. That's all it takes is a little knowledge. Know your history. Don't just believe shit they put in school books on TV that the preacher's saying. Really do your history, do your research. Find out that shit yourself. What really happened. They can just tell you anything. If you don't know shit, you gonna believe what they told you all your 12 years of going to school. Preschool, all that shit, you just gonna believe what they tell you. Nah, do your own research.
A lot of shit that came from black people, we the one made it up. We just like white people. They take our ideas and shit.
And put their face on it. Yeah, put their stamp on it.
Yeah. You see how we go to jail, we eating burritos, chips.
But they get $500 a head. We spending the night in this motherfucker. Every night y'all get $500. We ain't even got no microwave in this motherfucker. Motherfucker Racine, Kenosha, they getting nigga go to Kenosha, go to Walker Shaw, get locked up in one of them white ass counties. Nigga, you getting peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, real sodas, you get real juices, you get, nigga, that shit's a big difference.
Or you go to Taco Bell, right? They got the motherfucking they got the taco, the taco with the chips and all that shit. We made that shit up, you hear me? And you see these white people, they getting a lot of money off that shit. For real, we did. We go to jail, we eat burritos with chips and all this shit. Now they got it prevented at Taco Bell, and we buying, you know what I mean? They're making a lot of money off that shit. People made it up. So that's what black people gotta do. They gotta get more smarter.
Yeah, a little bit more knowledge. Getting smarter ain't gonna help. I mean, ain't gonna hurt nobody. Nobody at all.
We just land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on nuts.
First of all, we all need to get along. If I can help one person, I'm think I'm doing my job. If we can help each other, we'll be all right. Stop blaming the white man. The white man ain't holding you down. You holding yourself down. You know, I mean, the white man putting it out here for you, but do you got to take that choice? That's the choice you got to take. You going to take that white man choice, or you going to walk your own path? I'd rather walk my own damn path to get to where I want to go.
Get an education, shit. That's
Right.
the first step.
First off, get an education, man. Some communication amongst each other, man.
And unity. Come together, shit. Stop hating on them motherfuckers because he got a penny more than you. That's the way I feel. Motherfuckers think you got a penny more than them, goddamn, they want to come to get you.
All
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
The first step we need to take is checking in with the police. Like, dude, we gotta check the police because they out here killing black people for no reason. Michael Brown, I forgot old girl name that died in prison. I'm like, that's the first step you gotta take because that just looked ridiculous.
We need to, you know, for one, we know us black men around the neighborhoods, the ghettos, not just in Milwaukee, but all around. We need try to raise our kids better, try to get them to be on something different. Get them jobs, get them better educations, things like that.
I just think we all just need to come together and like have a sit down and talk to each other instead of, because you don't have to worry about police killing us, we killing each other. If everybody just comes together as black people, not even black people, white, Mexican, it don't matter. Everybody come together and have an understanding instead of turning to the violence, we'll be all right.
We all need to stop doing what we're doing. Look at all ourselves and say, look, we really, after 3 generations, we tired of this. It's a wrap. We need to all do what we did in the 60s. And I do say we because I was back there. Go to Washington, D.C. and tell them, hey, we want better. We demand better. Right now, today, day. Stop running around here to all these foreign people that's done moved. I'm not prejudiced, but look, we got foreign people right in the city of Milwaukee. They don't love us. They don't give a dog about you. We're spending our money with them every day, every time we get our money. Walmart, gas stations, corner stores. All these are foreign people. You understand what I'm saying? When I moved here in '72, all the corner stores was black owned. Gas stations, black owned. What happened? That wasn't nothing that black people did. That was what our government put down. You understand what I'm saying? They stuck it in their owners. Like a man skidding in the first base. And everybody's, oh, black. No, it's not black. It's what the black people's doing. It's what the black people's not doing. They didn't pay attention to how the world did the shift on us. And now they got us under their thumbs. And we've been slaves, but now we're super slaves. We got people out here that just can barely pay their rent, man, from check to check. Come on, you tell me that ain't slavery. Can't pay no car note. Then you go to the car lot, you got that rating, you get a car, you give $200 down, $500 down, then you take out. You can't even buy insurance on the car. Can't pay no tickets, you get tickets on the car. Now you can't even pay the car note. You come down renting with a tow truck, take the car back. If he ain't taking the car back, police put tickets on the car. So it's all coming from up. It ain't coming from down, because we down. We beneath all nationalities in this United States now. We was kind of second, if you can call it that. I never really said it, but I had to go along with it because I'm in the crowd. We was kind of second. Who was the man, Jim Crow, and all this other stuff they called him. We was under him, and we thought we was doing all right. Now we under everybody that's done come to the country. So don't that tell the people that there's something going on here that we're not really paying attention to? There's something in the air that we're not smelling like we should be smelling. You understand me? I'm an old school. I've been here for 40-something years. I done seen this place change, man. 3 different kind of changes I done seen here this time.
It starts at home. It starts at home. If you are the type of mother, I'm a single mom. You know, whether you're divorced like being a single parent or not, whatever your situation is when you have children at home, or even if you're just an individual by yourself or with your spouse, whoever you are or whatever it is your absolute responsibility to get your energy together within yourself and within your home, all the way down to your food and water. Whether you're religious or spiritual or even an atheist, it does not matter. What matters is you realizing your output is what you get back in. So the energy, you are a co-creator of your life. Whatever energy you create is the same energy that's coming right back to you. And people need to realize their God-given gift of God power, you know? We're like little mini gods walking around. What we think is what we attract in our real life. So if you're the kind of person, you get up in the morning, you give your kids a bag of Doritos, you give them some soda, you cussing them out, you know, you little M&F, come on, you know, whoop your ass and all this every day. You start the day out like that, you run late, you staying up all night, you arguing with your baby daddy or your boyfriend, and it's always this and it's always that to the third. It's always a low vibrational frequency within your vortex, if you will, your spirit. And you're making it so that your offspring are being set and prepared to walk in the same frequency 9 times out of 10. Because they say when you know better, you do better, but a lot of people don't really know these things, and it's, you know, we need to share this kind of stuff with each other. So starting at home, you know, you have to start to look into the diet. Look into the diet. Start, like Dr. Sebi just checked out On the Planet, bless his soul wherever he may be. But he talked about electric foods. That's important. You need to know about that. Even if you can't afford to eat like that, and you gotta go to Auntie Fee and learn how to do some ramen noodles and some chicken nuggets real quick. Still take one thing like some kale. You get some kale from Walmart or something. Chop that up in there and don't let it cook all the way. Let it be where you can get the enzymes and the nutrients out of it. Just that one move, incorporate it into your family where you're giving them things of life and high vibrational frequency. You know, get some bananas at all, 44 cents a pound, whatever the case might be. Throw some bananas in there, you know, chew They might not be real bananas with real seeds, but that's a start. Start is better than not starting. So change the diet. Start drinking distilled water or purified water, spring water. Do things like clean up what y'all listening to and watching. You know, everybody can't watch Dashi all day. You know, that's the stuff that's going on with a lot of the stuff we're looking at. You can't watch nothing but Empire and nothing but, you know, listen to nothing but the most jacked up rap out there. You have to incorporate other vibrational frequency that's of love and light. And even if you just introduce it little by little, that's a start to change the frequency in your home, in your family, within yourself. And once you do that, once you understand that and you do that, you will see the results. And you will be revealed and afforded more information. What they say, Jesus said, you know, knock, seek and you shall find, all these type of things. It's true. When you start changing the chapter in your life, you will realize that you create your own happiness. Jeff Hutcherson, he's an author. He recently said, rich stands for realizing I create happiness. And I believe that. So when you internalize that and you start projecting that responsibly with your God power, then you're able to get out there in the community and share the information with others and help change things within the Black community, just like I'm doing with you right now.